You do business online or online is part of your business strategy. Somebody sees your product or your service and sends you a private message. Hey, is this product available? And you reply, yes, you're happy you're going to receive a business. Yet, you don't hear from them again, never. This is not due to bad luck. No. It is due to a consistent problem in your business, which is part of the 3 mistakes that I'm going to review to you today and show you how to fix those mistakes once and for all. You are doing your very best, posting quality pictures in all platforms, social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, wherever. Yet you are not getting the result that you deserve, the result that you are looking for. You may be making one or all of the 3 deadly mistakes that kill online businesses. Because as we speak, there's somebody in Ghana here who is cashing in big time. They probably know something that you don't. I have personally sold a lot online for more than 5 years. And I've also spoken to over 200 entrepreneurs who do business online. And most of the time, at least 97% of the failures are due to the 3 mistakes that I'm going to review to you. These 3 mistakes are preventing hard-working entrepreneurs right here in Ghana from reaping the results that they are working towards. And the danger is that these 3 mistakes are very hard to see from the inside the business. By the end of this video, you are going to be able to identify which of the mistakes that you are making as part of your online business and also have practical steps that you can follow to start addressing those problems today. My name is Obrempong Toku Dum. I have been doing business online. In fact, I sold software and content, educational tablet, even houses, all using social media campaigns. I made a lot of mistakes, but I learned a lot of good lessons. I have generated millions of Ghanaian cedis in revenue through social media campaigns alone. Don't forget, sharing is my biggest motivation. Therefore, share this show to be part of the business creators movement. Before I take you into the 3 mistakes, let's take some few minutes to really understand what Ghana's online marketplace is. Because without understanding the online marketplace, it will be very difficult to understand the 3 mistakes, because the 3 mistakes are best understood in context. By the way, if you do business and online is not part of your marketing strategy, you have to include it. Because if you think Ghana's online business is yet to arrive, it is already here. Because right now, about 80% of Ghanaians, that's about 27 million Ghanaians, have access to the internet. And out of these 27 million, 19 million of them access the internet on their mobile phones. That number is very important, because when somebody is on his or her mobile phone, their attention is very limited. If they get confused, if they don't like what they are seeing, if something is not clear, they quickly scroll and move on to the next thing. So you must understand this psychology before you enter online business. Currently, Ghanaians are mostly buying food and groceries, electronics and accessories, fashion and clothing, and even educational content online. And they are buying these from platforms like WhatsApp, Facebook Marketplace, Gigi, Tonaton, and so on. And you know what? This is how Ghanaians who shop online are like. They are very sophisticated, but they are extremely cautious. Ghanaians are extremely cautious when they are doing business online. If you are in Ghana, you know they have every reason to be cautious, because in Ghana, Sakawa is real, mobile money fraud is real. You see a nice product online, you like the product, you call, you send your money, and the number goes off. You never hear from them again. Sometimes they call you, hello, this is your auntie in UK. Oh, have you forgotten? I have sent you some items. You send the money, you don't receive any item. Therefore, Ghanaians who want to buy things online don't go like, they see something, I like this product, how am I going to get it? No. Whenever they see something online, they go like, is this real? If I send the mobile money, am I going to get the item? If I get the item, is it going to look like what is in the picture here? These are some of the questions they ask themselves before they commit to buy anything online. Therefore, if you are an entrepreneur and you are doing marketing online, you need to understand all this psychology of Ghanaian buyers, so that you can clearly fix the 3 mistakes to address these constraints. In spite of all the caution, in spite of all the fraud, Ghana online marketplace is huge, because in 2023 alone, mobile money transactions recorded was 1.4 trillion Ghana cedis. 1.4 trillion, that's huge. It shows that even though people are cautious, they are still spending money digitally. And you can't afford not to be part of this huge transaction. And because the Ghanaian online shopper is so cautious, they buy only with some specific payment methods and from specific platforms. And the moment you try to take them out of those platforms and those payment methods, they lose trust. And as soon as they lose trust, your sale is gone, vanish. They're going to find somebody else to buy from. Now that you understand how Ghana online marketplace is like, let's dive into the 3 terrible mistakes that most people are making that's preventing them from achieving the results that they want. Let me paint you a clear picture. You've posted your product online, Gigi, Tonaton, Jumia, whatever, and somebody sees the product and sends you a private message, hey, is this product available? And you reply yes. And then you send them your mobile money number and you don't hear from them again. You know what happened? From the moment they asked you whether it was available and you confirmed that it was available and you sent your mobile money number, they went to do their own investigation about you. They try to check if they send their mobile money, they are going to get the product, and if they get the product is going to be the same thing that they have seen online. You know why? Because in Ghana, sending mobile money to a stranger is a huge risk, and you are forcing them to take that risk without providing them with enough assurances. So they did their own investigation, and if they are not convinced that you are for real, if they are not convinced that the product is for real, they don't get in touch again. They start looking somewhere else. That's why I didn't hear from them. The mistake number 1 is letting people make payment without providing enough evidence that you are for real. We are going to address this problem in a moment, but before we do that, let's take a look at the second mistake that most people make that kill their online business. Let me ask you a question that will force you to put yourself in the shoes of the Ghanaian online buyer. If you see a product online and they are asking you to pay with your Visa card or MasterCard, meanwhile, you are used to paying with mobile money or cash, are you going to buy? You will probably not. And that's the same mistake that most online shoppers make. They try to force people into payment method that they, the business person, is comfortable with. They, the entrepreneur, is comfortable with. But the Ghanaian is not going to follow you to a new platform. When they hear one thing, they stick to it. When they understand something, they don't want to change. Because of the fraud, they are only comfortable with that payment method that they are used to. So if you try to take them off that platform to a new platform, they are not going to follow you there. Even if they like your product or your service, they are not going to follow you there. And that's the mistake that most entrepreneurs make right here in Ghana. They build a very complicated payment method, expecting people to go through that. Remember, every step in your payment method removes 20% of your potential buyers. In Ghana, most people are comfortable paying with mobile money. About 80% of all digital transactions in Ghana were recorded through mobile money, such as MTN, Telecel, Airtel Tigo, and so on. So don't build your own complicated payment method and insist on customers using it. Go where they go to. Go where the money is. The third mistake is what surprised people the most when I explain it. They think in Ghana the biggest problem is pricing too high, but that's not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is pricing without context. Because when a Ghanaian online shopper sees your product and the price, they are not looking at your price in isolation. They are comparing your price to what they have seen on other platforms. They are comparing your price to what their friend or their family member paid for. And if your price is too high, you think they are going to go like, oh, this is premium, that's why it's high. No, they are going to go like, this is overpriced. And if your price is too low, they are not going to think it's a good deal. They are going to think your product is inferior. And the mistake some people make because of these 2 mistakes, they want to avoid these 2 mistakes, and therefore they don't even put the price at all. And they say, DM for price. That's the worst thing you can do. Because when somebody sees DM for price, they know that the amount they are going to pay is going to be dependent on their negotiation skills. And most people are not good at bargaining, so they will not call at all. These 3 mistakes look so obvious. So why are Ghanaian entrepreneurs making them? I think entrepreneurs in Ghana are making these mistakes because they are too much focused on the product. They focus so much on the product, 90% of their effort is on the product and just about 10% on the buying experience. But let me tell you the truth, the product is very important, but the buying experience is also as important. Because if you have a good meal, but you serve it in a restaurant that is smelling, people are not going to enjoy eating it. So the taste of the food is as important as the plate in which it is served, the location in which it is served, and the person who serves it. So don't ignore the buying experience and only focus on the product. You have to focus on both the buying experience and the product. And another reason they keep making these mistakes is they use imported technique in Ghana. because most of the people are learning social media marketing, online marketing through YouTube for videos made for Western market, made for American and European markets. But you know what? Ghanaian buyers are completely different from Europeans and Americans, because in Europe and America, trust is automatic because Amazon and all those guys have conditioned them over the years. So they trust the system. They know if they see something and they pay for it, they are going to get it. If they get it and they don't like it, they can return it and get their money back. Ghana, it is not like that. So our buyers are very cautious. Therefore, if you go and import somebody else's strategy that is designed for America or Europe and you import it into Ghana without adaptation, it's not going to work. Also, the reason why people keep making these terrible mistakes is the mistakes are very difficult to see from the inside. The only way you can clearly see these mistakes is from the outside. So when their online business is not going well, they start thinking, maybe the price is too high, maybe Ghanaians are not ready for this kind of business, or Ghanaians don't like buying things online, or the economy is hard. They start blaming the system because this makes sense. Let's see how we can address all those three mistakes, one after the other, starting from mistake number one. The solution to the first mistake, which is trust deficit, people not trusting you, is very simple. You need to build what I call trust architecture. And trust architecture is a set of verifiable information that communicates one thing to the buyer, that you are for real. You are a rare human being doing a rare business. And therefore, if they send their money, they are going to get the product that they have seen. They are going to get the exact thing that they are seeing online. Here is what trust architecture uses like. The first thing is to show your face, not just your logo or something else. Show your face. Show people that you are a rare human being. You can show your picture, or you can take a short video. It doesn't have to be professional video, a short video with your product, talking about your product. And as soon as people see a rare face behind the product, their trust level goes up. The second thing you can add to your trust architecture is to show a rare phone number. Some people sell things online, they have a number that you call, they never pick. But you send them WhatsApp and they respond. Or you call them and they give you another number to go and call. No. If you do that, people start losing trust. So you first of all have to have a number that people will pick on the third ring. This increases the trust. Show a rare number. And also, no matter what, even if you are doing the business online, 100% online, you still need to show a location. If you are based in East Legon, write East Legon, Accra. If you are based in Shaisu Kumasi, write in Shaisu Kumasi. Even if they will never come there to look for you, people start feeling comfortable if they know your base. If they know you exist somewhere physical that they can come and look for you, should they have a problem with the product. And another thing you can do to improve your trust architecture is to show evidence of previous transactions. If you do business with somebody, with their permission, you can post the chat that you had on your social media platforms, of course, by hiding their name. Or sometimes you can ask them to take a picture of themselves with a product and post it on your platform. These things signal to whoever wants to buy from you that other people have bought from this person. You know, an honest customer review is worth more than a professional video. Make your payment system simple. Not more than 3 steps. From the time the person sees your product and sends you a message that they are interested, to the time they get confirmation that they have paid for the thing, should only be 3 steps. Don't use your own complicated method and accept mobile money. Don't accept only mobile money from MTN or whatever. Accept all payment methods, because you don't want your customer to go back with their money simply because they had their money on Airtel Tigo or Telecel Cash, but you are only accepting MTN. Accept payment from all networks. And if you do that, you have solved mistake number 3. And as soon as you receive payment from a customer, within 3 minutes, you have to send a confirmation message that, hey, product so payment received, thank you very much, we will deliver at this time. If you do that, the customer starts becoming comfortable. Even if they are not getting the product on time, they feel comfortable because they know once you have acknowledged receipt of payment, they are going to get the product. And they know you are very honest. That's why they have received the confirmation. But if you keep customers in the dark, they are waiting whether the money has gone through, they have to call you to ask you, I have sent the money, have you received it? Customers start feeling uncomfortable. So as soon as you receive payment, try to send confirmation that you have received payment. Don't wait for the customer to call you to find out if you have received the money. Confirm to the customer that you have received payment. And as soon as you do that, even if the product is not on its way, they start feeling comfortable. And you want your customers to feel comfortable, don't you? Mistake number 3 is pricing without context. This is how to address it. Whatever product you are selling, you have to add value. Because if you are not adding value, you are only going to compete on price. And if you add value, don't display the price before mentioning the value. Mention the value before displaying the price. Let's take an example. If you have a bag selling for 500 Ghana cedis, option A, that's price without context. You say, leather bag selling for 500 Ghana cedis. Then let's compare it with pricing with context. Leather bag, genuine, hand stitch, free delivery within Accra. You can return within the first week. If you don't like it, for free, it's going for 500 Ghana cedis. You see the two. When somebody sees option B, they know why you are selling for 500 cedis. They know it's original. They know it is hand stitched. They know they are getting free delivery within Accra. They know if they get it and they don't like it, within the first week, they can return it and get their money back. Then they know why you are selling it for 500 Ghana cedis. And if they value those things, they are going to buy from you, even if somebody is selling it at 300 Ghana cedis. So always display your price, but tell them the value first before the price. And the worst mistake you can make is not to display the price at all. Don't say, DM me for price. At least show price range. If the product has different components to change the price, show price range, maybe from 200 Ghana cedis to 1,000 Ghana cedis. It is better than not displaying the price. And before you fix your price, you have to do price research. You have to find out what people are selling it at and what value they are adding. I'm not saying you are going to match their price exactly, no. You are going to price either higher or a little lower, but you need to know how much people are selling it so that you can price with other people's price in mind. So that if customers ask for justification, you have one to give them. So always do your price research before you fix your price. The 3 mistakes killing online businesses of hard-working Ghanaian entrepreneurs are trust deficit, complicated payment method, and pricing without context. These mistakes are very, very serious in Ghana here because in Ghana, trust is not automatic. Ghanaian buyers are very cautious. Therefore, these mistakes bite a lot when you are in Ghana. And the only way you can solve all 3 starting today is build trust architecture, price in context, and use simple payment methods. If you do these things, you are going to have a very successful business because Ghanaian online buyers are very cautious and they need to be. If you have learned anything from this episode, don't forget to share with somebody doing online business right here in Ghana because they need to face these problems more than they need another motivational message. Don't forget to like and share the show to be part of the Business Creators Movement.